Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to some more weight loss stories. If you're new here, tap that subscribe button below for more weight loss stories and to join our friendly community, the Narwhals. Also, we just created a Discord for the community. It's basically a community chat room that's there to be a support group for your journey. To join, just click the link in the top comment or description below. Now, let's get into the stories. Do you ever get pissed off at how easy it is to gain weight and how difficult it is to lose it? It makes me really angry, like irrationally angry. 3,500 calories is a pound of fat, so if you eat that much above your basal metabolic rate every day, you could gain a pound a day easily. But to lose a pound a day would be near impossible, as you literally have to eat nothing all day and burn at least 1,700 calories on no energy. Gaining weight is like falling, losing weight is like climbing. What's more is that people in the one meal a day and intermittent fasting community get absolutely flabbergasted when I tell them that I end up gaining weight when I try to fast. Yeah, I gain weight. When I haven't eaten anything in almost 24 hours and all I can think about is food, I can, and sometimes do, easily consume upwards of 5,000 calories in a single meal. And the only reason why I'm not as big as a house is because I just barely have enough self-control to not eat that much usually. God, yes. I feel like it takes 2 weeks to lose and a day of overeating to gain, lol. For me, a one-day binge takes 8 days to recover with strict dieting just to get back to where I was before my binge. How fair is that? Is 6 weeks of not having the emotional energy to restrict to 1,200 calories a day and getting basically no exercise can undo 5 months of weight loss, apparently. I am in the same boat. So upsetting to undo all the hard work. I feel so unmotivated now. Same here, exactly. Before all this pandemic crap, I'd been eating a reasonable amount with intermittent fasting in the morning, going to the gym 5 days a week, and had gotten back down to my high school weight. Now I'm home, comfort baking almost every day, and doing next to no exercise. I've lost almost all the gains I'd made over a year and a half. I wheeze when I go up the stairs, when just 2 months ago I could sprint upstairs all day long. It's so unfair and discouraging. One thing that freaks me out is how easily I could just keep on eating certain things. I feel like I could seriously eat 10 bags of chips in a day, lol. Food, to me, can sometimes feel like an addiction. It feels great to take it in, but there's just that impending, depressing feeling that you'll never be satisfied. I held an 80-pound weight loss at maintenance for over a year, then gained 30 pounds over a really bad, stressful 9 months. That's less than a pound a week. That's a beer, or a treat, or a few extra potatoes at dinner, or actually eating breakfast for the first time in 2 years. And now my pants don't fit. Thank God I have my fat shorts. I get sad thinking that I will have to continue to pay attention to my weight and calories all my life, but I also realize that once I get to maintenance, it will be much easier. Right now, I have about 35 pounds to lose. I'm short, so my calorie deficit is limited. I would like to lose it as quickly as possible to stay motivated. That change can and is happening. Once I get to maintenance, as long as I continue to pay attention, I can lose weight much more easily. Instead of wanting a 500 calorie deficit to drop 35 pounds, I can do a daily 50 calorie deficit to drop 3 to 5 pounds, and I won't feel nearly as restricted as I do now. As long as I'm monitoring, gaining will become difficult and losing will become easy. I feel this so hard. My total daily energy expenditure, according to my Fitbit, is 1,600 for maintenance. And I'm not a small person. I am just very sedentary when I'm working from home. That means 1,100 to lose a pound a week, which is too low. And how freaking easy is it to go over 1,600? I can't make any mistakes. So now I'm just setting timers to make me go on walks periodically during the day. Hopefully it helps because I'm up like 12 pounds from pre-quarantine and I was creeping up before then anyway. I'm very frustrated at this exact moment because for the past 2 friggin' weeks, I have meticulously documented every single calorie I've ingested and increased my physical activity. I should have lost 4 pounds total, 2 each week. But today, when I weighed in, I have gained a mother friggin' pound. Gained a pound. I'm so over it. Best thing you can do right now is to keep going. This is the point when everyone gets discouraged and gives up, but 1 pound of weight doesn't mean that it isn't working. I can be 3 pounds heavier when I'm bloated and other stuff like that. I had the same anger last night. Looking in the mirror, I hated what I saw. In the past 4 weeks of quarantine and depression, I managed to undo several months worth of progress. 20 pounds. That's 5 pounds a week. I've never been so mad at myself and hated my body so much. Don't direct the anger at your body. Your body didn't cause you to overconsume calories, and you have not done anything that can't be changed in the future. And this is a stressful time, and you should be kinder to yourself. And people gain and lose fat all the time. I've maintained my weight in a tight window the past 3 years, but I spent much more time going up and down during that time than in a straight line. It's hard to find a way to practice restraint when the average food in the food supply is obesogenic, and the average person is become obese, normalizing obesity. The odds are rigged against all of us. What we can do is learn to love basic cooking with whole foods and try to find other outlets for pleasure during this quarantine than food. We can see therapists whose literal job are to help us understand what's going on in our minds that drive unhealthy behaviors like overeating. And we can reach out to friends and family on the regular as well. I guarantee all of them would be heartbroken and supportive if they came into this knowledge that you were depressed. It might take everything in your power to do this, and it might be the hardest thing you will ever do. But I hope that you reach out to someone, not for help per se, but because relationships with people are the fabrics of our lives. It's so interesting how different we all are. For instance, I am pretty successful with intermittent fasting, but keto makes me extremely ill and sets off my gastritis. Many weight loss subs seem to think that their way is the right way to lose weight, but people are so vastly different that it would be inappropriate to apply a one diet fits all. It took me 3 months to lose 15 pounds. I cut out sugar and white flour, watched calories, and avoided processed foods, and went to the gym for like 2 hours, 5 days per week, 45-minute cardio, and then resistance training, HIIT, and yoga. And then, with the quarantine, my home workout quality is significantly less than what I was doing. And I've been bored eating, and I've gained 25 pounds in 2 months. So freaking disheartening. Think of it in terms of momentum. To aim for losing a pound a day is frankly insane. However, by tapping on the brakes when it comes to binging, you can lower your current daily intake of calories right now, and here's the tricky part, as long as you keep at it and regulate your eating day after day for a couple of weeks, you will lose weight. Doesn't matter where you start, doesn't matter where you want to go. The trick is to stop the train of your belly from eating whatever and whenever all the time to eating less all the time. The human body does not want to be huge, but eating 4,000 to 6,000 calories a day will not only make a person fat, but will keep them fat. If you break the cycle of overeating and also start walking, you will find the pounds start to melt away like wizard magic sooner than you might think. A few weeks maybe of concentration and consistency before you start to see results. Give yourself a month. And by the time that you see results, your habits are mostly changed and you get excited about the results and you keep going. It's because our bodies weren't evolved and designed to have this much food around us all the time, or even the foods now accessible to us. Our bodies would much rather prefer nutrient-dense foods with a low caloric value, fruits, vegetables, and certain meats and grain, than a high caloric value with a little nutritional value and balance, and cheeseburger, pizza, and any processed food. The common human is much less active and stressed than the first humans who foraged and hunted for their nourishment. Much less is required in order for you and your family to survive, so less energy is being used per day on average. It may seem really hard at first, but so is anything you don't really know how to do. And being fit and healthy wasn't necessarily easy for our ancestors, so it's not going to necessarily be easy for you at first. But just like with anything, the more you do it, the better you get at it, and the more natural you are at doing it. And that brings us to the featured narwhals of the day from our Reddit community. To join our Reddit community, just open the description below. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories, and to join our friendly community, the narwhals. A human chonker says, "This is a size small. I've had this shirt for about a year and it's never fit, but now it does. Thank you narwhals for the constant support." I'm Just a Girl 90 says, a female 30, 5'3". Have been overweight my whole life until last year. I went from 183 pounds to 128. Best thing I've done for myself. Shelbo Potato says, 13 pounds away from my goal. Ignore the mess, I'm remodeling. And thanks for sharing, Featured Narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more weight loss stories and to join our friendly community, the Narwhals. And thanks for watching, Narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.